Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again. I think this is our 13th or 14th week of Gurus of India series. I'm really seeing the excitement around people and showing interest in coming forward and talking about the various Gurus of India. And as part of the same series, we in fact have already seen Yogananda Paramahamsa some time back, if you remember. Now we are going to go maybe two or three generations ahead of him and see his guru's guru, which is Mahavatar Babaji. Um, to give more details about him and his life journey and his teachings, I request Anupatri to come ahead and give us an introduction about Mahavatar Babaji and his life journey. Over to Master Anupatri.
Thanks, Prem. అందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి. Thanks for joining today's session. It's hope you all having great week. Happy Thursday. It's been interesting to listen about various gurus and from everybody. And hope today I haven't prepared anything differently just than reading a few things about knowing some experiences about him. I haven't prepared a big presentation. Thanks to him for bringing a couple of slides for me. So just wanted to share what I know about Mahavatar Babaji, what I read about him. So the Himalayan mountain ranges are home to many mystics, many sadhus, many saints, as we all know. There are so many people, spiritual seekers, especially they recognize the importance of spiritual transformation, enlightenment path over, leaving all those worldly pleasures, all those comforts and all the, that power, strength, whatever most of the people kind of, in those survival needs. So they prioritize and then they just go to Himalayas. They spend their entire lifetime for the spiritual growth, for doing those intense sadhana, intense practices. So that's the reason Himalayan region is regarded as Deva Bhumi. It's called Tapo Bhumi because of the intense practices of various seekers. And like when you like, it's really you can if you happen to go there, you can really feel experience that intense vibrations. You can see many sadhus. You can also there are people also experienced, also shared. You can also see sadhus who are invisible. They just appear and disappear as well, right? So there are so many things we hear. So in the northern Himalayas, part of northern Himalayas, where Badrinarayan Kshetra, so close to Badrinarayan, there's a place called Rani Khet, where there is Mahavatar Babaji's cave. Mahavatar Babaji is considered as an immortal yogi, completely not like others, like he's just considered as completely immortal. According to, he retained his physical body for many years, many centuries, even for people believe for many millenniums. So he's having that body, keeping that body. He can appear and disappear whenever he wants. So Lahari Mahasaya, he explains about, shares the experiences, reveals about Mahavatar Babaji that we know from the book written by the Yogananda Paramahamsaji in his book Autobiography of Yogi, which Mukesh ji a couple of weeks back shared about Yogananda ji very nicely that Yogananda Paramahamsa's guru is Yukteswar Giri. Yukteswar Giri, thanks, Prem, for showing the picture. So you can see the Yogananda Paramahamsa ji on right, and his guru is Yukteswar Giri, and Yukteswar Giri's guru is Lahiri Mahasaya. Lahiri Mahasaya's guru is Mahavatar Babaji. So that's what we know based on the kind of scriptures, whatever the books, experiences of the people. So Lahiri Mahasaya himself is a great mystic. He's a great yogi from Varanasi, Banaras. If you go to Varanasi, you can also see his residence even now that there are disciples. So just to share one interesting fact about Lahiri Mahasaya, he has also attained many siddhis. He has a lot of powers. So all his disciples, they always wanted to take a picture of Lahiri Mahasaya. But whenever they have taken picture, like all the group comes, but not Lahiri Mahasaya. It's just like completely invisible. So many times it happened. Many people tried to capture him and photograph, but they could not. It's only one instance when Lahari Masya, wanted to please the disciples. Just he said, "Okay, you take a picture." And that's how we got a picture of him. Otherwise, he never used to allow people to take even pictures. So he's a saint from Varanasi. He's very kind of his enlightened master. So he has revealed certain facts about Mahavatar Babaji. So Babaji, as he says, is an immortal yogi. He retains his body, and he's an avatara, right? Like he's an avatara of avatara. That's why he's Mahavatara, considered as Mahavatara. So if you see, like Upanishads have classified spiritual progress, transformation of the seekers in various stages. Of course, different scriptures define in different ways. So, like we call as the first stage is kind of a siddhas. A siddha is a perfect being, like who attains siddhis, practicing all those yamas, niyamas, who is a siddha. And next, moving on to the next stage is Jivan Mukta. He is beyond, he has already free from this life cycle. He is free while living, right? He's free from attachments, free from all those panchakleshas, like like you can see Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. There are so many who are kind of Jivan Muktas, and there is another stage classified as Paramukta. So there are people, like there are great avatars, like who come and then who go, and then they can appear in physical body form whenever they want, right? We have great some examples, like in as per our scriptures, like Lord Hanuman is regarded as Chiranjeeva, right? Ashwatthama or Agastya Muni, people say that he's still alive. Right? There are so many differences of yogis who are immortal, who basically come to help the seekers whenever they really are devoted, when they really need the guidance. So Lahari Masa explains that Mahavatar Babaji is a avatara, and it's a great avatara whose life purpose is basically to help the saints, who help the prophets to move forward, to help the humanity. And that's why, like, he is called as Mahavatara. So there are various names given to Mahavatar Babaji. Different people, like people call with different names. Like some people call him as, Shiv Baba. Some people call him as Trambak Babaji. And then, there are other names like Mahamuni Babaji, Maharaj, or like various names people call him, call Mahavatar Babaji. So, but Lahiri Masya says, whatever name you give, whatever name you call, when you call him with the intention, with that devotion, right, at that intense desire, he comes to help you, he comes to help rescue you. So that's kind of the goal. He basically based on that slow evolutionary progress of this universe, based on how it's evolving. So Mahavatar Babaji retained his body to help not just in a specific period, like because we have various avatars. We when we talk about them, Treta Yuga, Kali, each Dwapara Yuga, like different incarnations they come and. But Mahavatar Babaji, he wanted to keep the body. He wanted to help based on, time to time he appears and he just guides the seekers, the sadhus. So basically, we don't have any references of when Mahavatar Babaji was born, where he was born or who are his parents. There are not many references. There are certain people publish different things, but then basically we don't find any reference, from this period to this period like that, because he's been immortal, appearing to so many people whenever, in different periods. So there are basically, we don't know much about where he was born. He just, like for the people who experienced, who saw him, he basically communicates in common language as Hindi to the seekers, and he can speak in any language who the disciples, who devotees can speak. He can communicate with any language. And about his appearance, for the people who saw him, he is kind of timeless. Like he always appeared as a very young yogi of around 25 years or even less. There are no age marks or age lines in his body. He seems to be, he's kind of complexion of fair complexion, and he's medium built and very strong person. And he has a strong, like a dark eyes, very intense and very calm and peaceful, soothing eyes. And he has a beautiful aura behind, around him. And he has a strong hair, like thick hair, which is copper colored. So, and he it seems he sometimes appears with slightly different appearance. Like sometimes he appears with a mustache, sometimes with a beard, sometimes without beard. But basically, he's a kind of very young. His appearance is like of a 25 years old yogi. Is very young and very nicely built and very charismatic personality, very charming. So that's how like people have seen him. Many yogis have seen him. Uh, so and usually he always Mahathir Babaji usually moves from lives in Himalayas. He has a group of people who are a small group of disciples along with him. He only reveals what he wants to reveal to humanity. He does not like to disclose too many details. So that's why like very few people have shared only the experiences which Babaji wanted to bring to the the limelight. So he has a small group, and usually he carries a bamboo stick with him. And every time, like he is in a place in Himalayan mountains, high up in the mountains, and he doesn't stay in any place more than a certain time. Like he keeps on moving. And he has as the wooden stick, so he calls it Dera Danda Uthav. That means like it's time to for the clan for the group to move on to a different place. So he doesn't stay in one single place. And usually people say either he walks from mountain to mountain along with a group of people, or he even levitates. Many people have seen him levitating. I'm sure you all know what levitating is. There are so many things the enlightened masters do. They have various powers. So that's how he moves from group to group. And usually the group always moves in the cliffs, tough cliffs, which are not easily accessible by normal people. So he just, they always, roam around on the heights of the Himalayan mountains in high altitude, doing these different practices. So there are many things which people have shared, the sadhus have shared about Mahatar Babaji's. So there are a couple of amazing incidents where the Swami Keblananji has shared about which Lahari Masya brought to us through Yoganandaji. So one instant he explains Kablananji, he was living with Mahavatar Babaji in Himalayas for a certain time. Then he literally experienced some of those, and then a couple of things which I'm sharing it today. So where he explains when the small group of that disciples, along with Babaji, they were sitting on one of the Himalayan region, one of the cliffs, and they were preparing to do very intense kind of there's a Vedic preparing to do some sacred Vedic ceremony, and they have lit that. Fire in the middle, and all the group they sat surrounded by that big fire, and the fire started raging very high, and it was like very intense because they wanted to do some sadhana, the spiritual ceremony, and for that they have that fire. And all of a sudden, Mahavatar Babaji was sitting at the side. There was a disciple sitting close to the fire. The Babaji, he took a wooden stick from the burning fire, and he struck it on the shoulder of one of the disciple who was sitting very close to that fire. And seeing that cruel act, the small group was kind of, surprised first. And then asked, Babaji, what did you do? And after that, Babaji has slowly, he calmed down, and slowly with lovingly, he placed his hand on the disciple's shoulder, which subsided the burning and the fire as well. And he explained, he told that disciple, I saved you today from burning to death. You would have been burned to your death, burning to ashes with the burning in the fire. So because of your intense sadhana, because of your good services, I have completely saved you from that death today. Now you don't have to fear about the death anymore. So that's it's a kind of supernatural things. There are so many things which experiences shared by different yogis. So that's one of the incident, and there's another incident where the Keblananji also explained. So on another occasion, where like immediately after this incident, the Babaji says, "Okay, Dera Danda Uthav, again. This is the time to move from this place to another place." Right? He never stays like just one night in one place, or it's just like very frequently they move from place to place. and away from the humanity, much in the high, in the mountains, high in the mountains. So another incident which he was explaining is, they were again, they went to one of the inaccessible peaks of the Himalayas, which is not easy, to climb to certain height in certain high altitude, which there's no pathway. Just like, at least when we go to Himalayas, there are the pilgrimage places, we can at least go around, there is a path. But there are certain places only like sadhus, they just walk around, they somehow manage to reach because of their powers, because of their siddhis. So they were all, again, they were all sitting, and they were already doing some intense spiritual practice, doing some sadhana, which they don't want anybody to disturb that practice. During that sadhana, when they were doing that practice, suddenly a stranger climbs up there. He somehow managed to climb up all the way to that difficult path, inaccessible path, the mountain cliff. And he just comes to the Mahavatar Babaji and says, Babaji, I'm so happy today. I am able to see you. Like, I found you finally. I have been searching for you for many days, many months. And I have been, hearing about so many things about your experiences. I really wanted to see, and I want to become your disciple. So Babaji and the group were kind of disturbed with his sudden appearance. So Babaji said, I cannot make you my disciple because here you still have to go through a lot of purification. You are still not ready to be a disciple. There was some discussion, and he tried to convince the Babaji. And then finally, the person who came, he said that if you don't make me your disciple, I'm going to jump down from this cliff. So listening to that Babaji, he was unemotional, right? There's no emotions. He was just calmly said, okay, if you want to jump, just jump. The person literally, he was kind of, disappointed. He said he literally jumped from the cliff and died. Then later, the Babaji's disciples who were around him, a couple of them, they went down and they found the body and then brought the body back and placed the body in front of the Mahavatar Babaji. So Babaji looked at him with that loving admiration, with loving thing, and then he placed his hand on the body. And surprisingly, he immediately opened his eyes and he looked at Babaji and he said, thank you so much, Babaji, for saving my life. And he got up and he bowed, he prostrated to Babaji. And Babaji said, now you're ready, now you're purified, now you are beyond your, those limitations. Now I can make you, you're ready to become my disciple. You can join the clan, you can join the group, disciple group. So there's another amazing incident which was shared by the yogi. So there are many references, right? Like there are various books you can read through of the Mahavatar Babaji, and think even Rajnikant, he's a great follower of Mahavatar Babaji, and he is a Kriya Yoga follower. So I think there is also a movie of Rajnikant on Mahavatar Babaji. So another incident, actually, he is from Varanasi. There is another sadhu who was living close to the Varanasi in one of the cave, Ram Gopal. He is also a disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya. He usually often he used to come to Lahiri Mahasaya's house. It is somewhere close to the temple street in Varanasi, and he used to meditate there. And every day, Lahiri Mahasaya used to conduct discourses, to give discourses in the evening, the entire throughout the evening to the night. So everybody, like Ram Gopal, was also sitting along with other disciples and meditating along with them. All of a sudden, Larry Masaya opens his eyes from his asana and from the stage, and he calls upon Ram Gopal. Now, I want you to go to the Saswamedh Ghat and wait there. I will also join you eventually. So Ram Gopal was kind of surprised. He usually comes to listen to the discourse and meditate along with disciples. But when Guru said something, then he felt something must be important, and he started walking to the Saswamedh Ghat. So the Saswamedh Ghat is one of the very important ghat in Varanasi, which is very close to the Kashi Vishwanath temple. It is actually from the Saswamedh Ghat. You can even there are steps you can climb to to enter the temple. So when he walked to that, Ram Gopal walked to that Dasaswamedh Ghat, and it was by the river Ganga. And he was sitting there and observing. It was like beautiful night sky and the glittering stars and the night's beautiful breeze coming out from the Ganga. He suddenly notices that in near to him there is a big stone slab. It just starts to, raise a little bit slowly into the sky, all by itself, and it just stops in certain distance. It was with unknown support. It just like it was, the slab was just, it just rose up. And then he could literally see there is a cave inside. It was visible to him when the stone slab got, opened, and it just revealed that underground hidden cave. And there's a beautiful woman comes out of the cave, and she slowly levitates high into the sky, and again slowly comes down, and she stands in front of at a certain distance in close to Ram Gopal. And she says, "Don't worry, don't get scared. I am Mataji. I am Mahavatar Babaji's sister. And I am here today. I also invited Mahavatar Babaji and Larry Masya to the cave today to discuss certain important spiritual matters." So he was bewildered. Ram Gopal was just witnessing something supernatural, something great, amazing experience he was having. And then immediately he notices there's a beautiful, like, kind of light, circling light coming from the, floating from the far from the Ganga River, coming closer slowly. And then it turns into Larry Masya. So Larry Masya came in the light form. After he could not believe the first, witnessing the Mataji's appearance, and now Lahari Masya, he always seen him as kind of a real person, just giving the discourses in his residence. This is an amazing experience. He could see him entering as a light form and turning into Lahari Masya. And then he notices something from the sky. There's a kind of nebulous, beautiful blue light, and then slowly it turns golden and coming from the sky towards them, and it stops in front of them. So that is like, they know that it's Mahavatar Babaji. So all three of them bow down to Mahavatar Babaji. It was a beautiful thing he was witnessing. And then Mahavatar Babaji says to the all the three, and they were having a discussion which Ram Gopal was just witnessing. Mahavatar Babaji says, now I just want to shed my body. Like there's no difference for me having the body or not having the body. I just want to integrate into the light. Listening to that, Mataji says, you said that it doesn't make any difference for you having a body or not having a body. Then why not keep the body? Because it is like if you're having you when you show up in the body with a physical form, it's helping out so many sages, so many prophets, so many cages. Just keep the body. So after some conversation, Mahavatar Babaji said, "Okay, then if that's the case, I'll retain this body forever. So whoever calls me, I'll just appear in the form, physical form." So, and then later they discuss various matters, and then slowly after that, Mahavatar Babaji again, transforms into a light form, and then just goes up and dissolves in the night sky. And same likewise, also Lahari Masya. He tells Ram Gopal, you are the one who you expressed your intense desire that you wanted to see Mahavatar Babaji. So that's why you're the lucky one. So you are here today to witness this, the great incident, great conversation. So this is because of all your intense sadhana and intense desire that you could see Mahavatar Babaji today. And then he also leaves again. He floats back in a light form on the river Ganges and disappears in the water. And then later, Mataji also just slowly levitates and then goes back into the cave, and the stone slab automatically gets closed. So when after that he could not believe his own eyes, and he was kind of so lost in that ecstasy. And Ram Gopal walks back to Larry Masya's residence, and he sees like when he sees like the Larry Masya is still there on the stage on that asana, and some disciples they said they told Ram Gopal that he never even moved from that place. The Larry Masya was in fact giving a beautiful discourse on immortality. And the other disciple said, "You really missed a beautiful lecture on immortality today." So that is the power of the great enlightened masters. Oh, it's already 9:31. I don't know. I thought it's not much today, so yeah. I'll try to wrap up quickly. So there are so many beautiful things actually people shade, but then I just quickly wanted to move to the great. There are so many great teachings of Mahavatar Babaji through experience of various people. Various people have written. So, but the Kriya Yoga is one of the top key thing which he has given to humanity. He revived that ancient breathing technique of Kriya Yoga. So I think Prem sharing some of the teachings of Mahavatar Babaji, where he talks about self-realization and finding God within, and meditation. Kriya Yoga is the one of the key which is spread across the world. So many Kriya Yoga centers, so many Kriya Yoga practitioners. It's actually 64 or 62 step process, different types of pranayama exercises. They go through level and different levels. Um, and universal love and service, living in the world with a divine awareness, timeless and universal messages. So there are so many other teachings. So just talking about Kriya Yoga, because it is very powerful. There are very potent, powerful pranayama practices. As Mahavatar Babaji says, when you practice the pranayama, when you are going to purify, you are going to that purification, entire your nadi system, your central energetic system, it gets purified. As you know, you have Annamaya Kosa, Pranamaya Kosa. So this is, we talk about this 72,000 nadis in as part of the Pranamaya Kosha, which as we practice this intense pranayama techniques, it first purifies and it helps us to go into the deeper meditative practice, and it helps us in the enlightenment path. So as we practice this intense breathing pranayama exercises, what happens usually, whatever we accumulate, all this residues of which we impurities of which are caused because of our high levels of stress, anxiety, all that negative emotions which we keep holding. There are so many blockages within, and there are so many things which unwanted things are stuck within our system. After practicing this intense pranayama exercises, the Kriya Yoga, it purifies the internal channels, which creates the extra space, the inner space within. So that helps us to awaken or expand that consciousness through the pranayama practice. The life energies are smoothly, they will flow into that central nadi, which is Sushumna. So, and it kicks in the Sushumna and it awakens that Kundalini Shakti, which usually once it activates from Mooladhara, it travels up to Sahasrara. So that activates really Kundalini Shakti, and it helps us practicing the Kriya Yoga, definitely helps us with the deeper states of meditation and Samadhi. So that our inner light can expand and it can, help us in the enlightenment process. So I know I thought it's a small one today, but it's already 9:34. So we will. I thought of also doing some Kriya Yoga, some exercises, but maybe we can dive into meditation some other time. We
Yeah,
can
maybe
practice.
we can do that next
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Yeah. So we will move on to meditation. Prem,
sure.
if you share. So today we will do the meditation little differently as one of the Kriya Yoga technique. So yeah, I will just probably uh, explain. So
You want me to turn on the music now?
sure, sure.
Just 1 second, you may start.
So today I'll not give much commentary like the other days. So basically, this is one of the technique where as we are talking about purification of the nadis, purification of the sushumna, activating the kundalini. So there are in pranayama there are basically three key elements. The first one is the inhalation, that is we call it as puraka, right? According to this thing. So the puraka is the one which brings us a lot of prana shakti, the consciousness, expands the consciousness within. The second key element is the kumbhaka, the way we hold. That when we hold, it stops all our thoughts, the turbulent mind. And then exhalation is, when we do the exhalation, it discharges all those toxins. It releases all those impurities from our body. So these are three key elements. Please close your eyes, clasp your fingers, sit as comfortable as you can. Remove your eyeglasses. just unfortunate to get this human birth, which is given to us after so many lifetimes. Please recognize the importance of the human birth, being beyond the survival needs, to transcend beyond the material world to the higher dimensions, the realms of pure consciousness. Let go of all the things which you have been doing today. Let's detach yourself from people, places, things, all those identifications. Just start observing your breath. Our breath is the bridge between the physical body and the God. Let's follow the breath and recognize our inner light. And invite the great masters, Mahavatar Babaji, Nani Masaya, Ishwargiri Maharaj, and Yogananda Paramahamsaji, and all the disciples to come. Sit along with us and meditate and help us through the energy moving up and down through Sushumna. As you exhale, the white light passing down, releasing all the toxins, all the stress. And as you inhale, lot of prana flowing through, expanding your consciousness. The white light is moving slowly, steadily from Sahasrara. As you hold on top of your head, observe all those chaotic thoughts, or everything gets past. Turbulent mind becomes steady. Please continue this practice. Breathe in and out with each inhale and exhale. Purifying the mind and body. The inner light is radiating all within and around you. Experience these magical moments. Slowly bring your awareness to your heart center. Experience the life energies moving around this beautiful heart center, radiating all the energy chambers. Feel the compassion. Slowly bring your awareness to the present moment. Thanking all the masters Come back to the present moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes when you're ready. Press them on your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Beautiful smile. Thanks everyone for joining. Hope you had good meditation today. It's a little different. We visualize the white light as opposed to the breath meditation. Of course, this is also the breath meditation, kind of pranayama. If anybody has anything to share, feel free to do.
I think that was a very good session on Mahavatar Baba Anu. Thank you so much for that. I really got connected about the first experience that you shared, where he hit one of the disciples with a fire stick and said that you would have had a bigger accident than that. And this very commonly happens with us too, right? When we have a small dent in a car or hit some small garage, and we always say, okay, it could have been a bigger one. You went with a small one. So we
True.
always we always say this kind of a correlation we give. And I think exactly that's what happened to his disciples as well.
Yeah.
Thank you
There
so
are
much.
certain prarabdha karmas we can, with good service and with free will, we can go beyond, go
Yeah,
with the smaller.
yeah. Thank you so much for the presentation. So anybody has any questions or you want to share your experience about today's session, please feel free. If not, it's already close to 10:10. We can close our session.
Thanks once again for everyone for joining today.
Yeah,
Thank
Geeta
you,
Garu,
Anu.
you want to say something, Geeta Garu?
Yeah, thank you, Anu, for telling the stories about Mahavatar Babaji. And today, the music was very good, and the energies, I can feel it. It's very intense. Thank you so much.
Nice. Thanks for to know, Geeta. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I wish we had a longer meditation session. I always look for longer sessions because
Yeah.
first 5, 7 minutes are just to settle down, and when you are actually in the mood or you are in that
Yes,
state,
yes.
you don't want
Actually,
to come out.
yeah, ever since we started this Gurus of India series, we are having less meditation time. Yeah, I think we'll have to see how long this goes. If not, yeah, we will go back to our old way of meditating, which is almost 45 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of intro and then
15
share
minutes or something,
experience.
kind of someone
Yeah,
sharing that. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
absolutely. But thank you, Anu. This topic that you covered today is not easy because for most of the gurus, we refer to some books and some of these things, but for this guru, very limited references. Only
Right.
the few
Right.
selected ones who had the opportunity to meet, and whatever stories they shared, those are the only available references.
Right.
So
Right.
not much material, but thank you for bringing it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for sharing, Mukesh. Yeah, it's like, in fact, I thought it's only a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so. I'll just share, and then I wanted to do some pranayama techniques today, but somehow it went more than half an hour, so I didn't realize. So maybe next time we'll also do some pranayama techniques.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for joining.
Thank you. So, anybody else? If not, thank you all for joining today. Again, we will meet next week with a new master presenting about a new guru. Until then, good night and have a wonderful week.
Thank you
Good
and good
night,
night.
everyone.
Good night, Anu.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anu. Thank you,
Thank
Priyanka.
you. Thank you.